Hello dear readers, this is the first book of Harlan Coben that I've read, and it's actually a combination of two stories which are Backspin and Tell No One. I read Backspin for now, and it's kind of like crime, sports kind of story. For me, I'm really in love with crime and mystery stories a lot. I prefer sci-fi and fantasy, but crime is also very interesting and exciting for me. As a matter of fact, it was very well written, full of details and very nice vocabulary that I've learned a lot from actually. And I like the fact that it was a different kind of story and it was not something that I'm used to reading it. So those were actually very nice things about this book. But at the other hand, the character's sense of humor didn't humor me at all. Myron's attempt of sense of humor was horrible. He was making jokes or thinking about funny things at the wrong times, all the time, at the serious times, and maybe that's the author's own interest, so I'm not complaining about that. But actually, it's for me, it's not a very nice thing when a scene is comic or comedy when a scene is funny or it's comedy, it's supposed to be comedy and funny. When a scene is serious, such as, this is only an example by the way, such as when someone is dying, you can't think of eating ice cream at that time. You're thinking about how that person is dying. I mean, you cannot obviously think about a funny thing when someone close to you is dying. Anyway, so that was not a really nice thing about this story. Another thing which I didn't like at all also, it was maybe I'm not a very big fan of golf myself but actually I think this book lacked emotions. The readers maybe some other readers will relate to this book better than me, but for me, even the romance or even the other things in this book, they were not actually very emotional for me. I was feeling like I'm only reading normal dialogue, two people talking about crime story combined with romance. Anyway, generally I like this book a lot, honestly, to be honest with you. So I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5.